Mark, first and foremost, a couple of days on from the Dagenham result. Well, we spoke about it after the game, but that was just a really thoroughly good performance from front to back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought we dominated the game against what has been a good Dagenham team. We can talk about Dagenham didn't play particularly well, but we'd like to say that was down to the players making it really hard for them. So really good performance all round. 1 to 11 subs. Really good dominant front foot, and should have been more than one.
You made the trip midweek to see this weekend's opponents in Chesham. Fairly convincing 4-0 win in the end of Bishop's Cleeve. What did you make of, first of all, them as a team?
Yeah, I enjoyed the game. It was a competitive game, and Bishop's Cleeve had some chances, but Chesham were good. Obviously they're 2 leagues above, I think, Bishop's Cleeve, and that showed in the end. We've got some good players that we came up against last year in the Conference South. So yeah, we're expecting a really tough game, and I really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, they've come up to the Conference South this season, and they've done pretty well. They're sitting mid-table at the moment. They give Bath a good run for their money a few games ago. How difficult is it? Because the level they've gone from up to the National League South is quite a big step up, so they've really proved themselves.
Yeah, it is. It's a jump. And listen, the FA Cup is... The rules are that you can't take any team lightly. You have to go there and play well. If we turn up there and think this is, we're going to be in trouble, we have to go and we, the fact that I went and watched the game, we would do the same amount of preparation on this game that we would any game, and there are not that many places below us in the football pyramid. So we have to be right at it, and we want to win the game, and we've got to do what we've got to do. We've got to play really well to win.
Yeovil always have pretty good travelling fans. What can they expect from the stadium? Because chances are they might not have been there. The clubs haven't met since the 80s. So what can they expect from the stadium?
Yeah, it's in a lovely place. I know that. The area was really nice, and all the roads were flooded trying to get into the stadium on Tuesday, but managed to get there. It's an old stadium, but it's got plenty of character, and it's a good atmosphere. So I'm sure it'll be a good day. I'm sure we'll travel in really good numbers, as we always do. Hopefully it's a good game.
In terms of your squad for the weekend, we know that a couple of players obviously missed the game at the weekend and a couple picked up knocks. Starting off first with Alex Whittle, fullback, obviously missed the game at the weekend. Will he be fit for this weekend? We're
hoping that he will. He's struggling with his shoulder. He banged his shoulder at Sutton, just an impact injury, and he wasn't. He was too sore to play on Saturday, so he's done a couple of sessions this week. So we'll see if he's fit enough to take part on, or puts his hand up to take part on Saturday.
And on the other side of the pitch, Michael Smith went off at half-time against Dagenham. How's he feeling now?
Yeah, he's had a scan, so we're just waiting on the reports of the scan, and if they come back clear, then he should be okay to take part.
And further up the pitch, obviously we had Josh Sims returning at the weekend. Harvey Greensade was still out. Is he anywhere near getting first-team chance?
It's just he's been out for 6 weeks, so he's catching up on his training. Still a little bit tender. But we're hoping to have him in the squad on Saturday.
And Aaron Jarvis?
Aaron Jarvis is he's trained today fully, so we're waiting to see if he reacts or not with the concussion protocol. In
terms of the concussion protocol, for those people who don't follow it, how does it work when you get a knock on a Saturday? Because it was week before last, wasn't it, happened to him? How does it work?
Well, it depends how quickly you're symptom free. So you have to see a doctor. If there's any symptoms, then you go back a step. If you get no symptoms, you move forward a step, and you have to have so many days symptom-free, then non-contact training, then contact training. Before, I think it's got to be 12 days without any symptoms, and have had a certain amount of training days before you can go back in.
That protocol hasn't been around for a huge amount of time, and it's a fairly massive change. You played at a time when there wasn't that type of safety around head injuries necessarily. How much has the game progressed in terms of looking after head injuries?
Of course, yeah. It's all about the welfare of the player, and if there's any doubt with head injuries now, there's still to be any I still think they're correlating the data as to what the correlation is between head injury and dementia and other diseases. But if there's any doubt, then we have to take the players' welfare into account.
And looking back at the game itself, do you think that, I realise you said you're going to treat Chesham with the ultimate respect that you can,
Yeah.
but do you think you probably would have rotated the squad slightly from what you had against Dagenham anyway?
No, because we don't want to pay full respects to Chesham. You know, they've got through some rounds to get to this level, so we have to respect that, and I wouldn't disrespect them by just giving people minutes for the sake of it. We're going to pick the strongest team we can to get through the game. We want to get to the third round, and we want to pull a Premier League team. That's the dream. Like I said last week, we have to dream, and I'm sure Chesham are doing the same. They've got promoted last year, done brilliant, lovely people. The owner and the chairman, directors looked after me the other night, got me a cup of tea, bit of cake. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and we will give full respects to them because it looks like a really good football club.
What was the cake?
Victoria Sponge.
Oh, nice, very good. And in terms of your own time in the FA Cup, can you remember the first time you played in the FA Cup?
Yeah, can.
What was the game?
It was Exeter City away at Maidstone in the FA Cup. First round, I think. And Maidstone was ground sharing at Dartford, and I scored for Exeter with a header.
Nice.
So that was my first FA Cup game, yeah.
What do those moments mean to players and to coaches and to management and to everyone involved at the club? Because the FA Cup, for the complaints behind the scenes about the way it's changed and what big teams do, it still has a huge amount of importance to fans and players and coaches. Why does it mean so much, do you think?
I think it's just the history. I mean, I grew up in an era where the FA Cup was, you were watching the television at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the build up to the game started. Players in the hotels, like question and answers with the players. It was terrific, and you'd be mesmerised by it from 9 o'clock until 7 o'clock at night, and then you'd get your ball and go and play out on the field and try and pretend you just played in the game. So I think it comes from that and the history. There's been so much drama, but I think for our level, it's the lifeblood. It can be the lifeblood of a football club in terms of the revenue. So to get through each round, there is an amount of money, and the further you go, the more you earn. And there's always that carrot and that dream of pulling Man United or one of the other big boys, which can transform your club's fortunes for the immediate future or long-term future. So that's why it makes it so important, why everybody's desperate to have a really good run in the FA Cup.
Well, fingers crossed you and I are having a conversation in January about an away day at Old Trafford.
That'd be nice, but we got some work to do, starting with a really good team on Saturday.
Well, good luck for Saturday.
Thank you.